A nun getting pregnant? Well, that would definitely be one of the taboos and an immoral act. The movie Immaculate caught me by surprise, as my first impression was that it was similarly gonna be a religious-themed horror movie like The Nun or the recently released The First Omen, where demonic activities takes place, but it's certainly a different one. The story starts off with Cecilia arriving at an Italian convent after going through an unfortunate event and scouted by the church. We're told of a past tragedy and a dramatic spiritual transformation, but only in the vaguest of terms. And we barely get any explanation as to why she would accept an invitation to a convent all the way in Italy. I would say it's in a relatively vague time period. When this film exactly takes place was never really clear to me, and located deep in the remote countryside of Italy. We know that this house of the Lord is dangerous because we've seen one of those classic horror movie prologues in which a young woman is murdered by mysterious figures. In this one, it's sisters in red masks, who pull a young nun from her escape attempt and bury her alive. Is Cecilia now taking her place? And will she meet the same fate? Shortly after her arrival, Cecilia is struck by visions in the convent, and unsettled by some of the characters around what is basically both a training center for young nuns and a hospice for older ones. Cecilia realized that this was no ordinary church once she starts having disturbing dreams and experiencing disturbing events, from being approached by the sisters in red masks to an old lady sneaking up on you to cut your hair at night. The plot of Immaculate kicks in when Cecilia discovers she's pregnant, despite never having slept with a man. Is it a miracle, or something darker? This storyline was oddly horrifically satisfying. You know how something grosses you out, but you just can't stop watching it. That's how I felt about this after 90 minutes. However, the movie did lack in explaining a lot of what they showed though. The film repeatedly showed these red-masked people, but never explained what or who they were, how she was impregnated, or how the baby looked like. We can probably assume that the baby looked like the failed experiment that she saw in the lab in order for her to be that violent even when killing it off. Overall, the movie didn't have much substance to it, but I still enjoyed watching it.